Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at what messages you need to receive from your future self. Now, as always, when it comes to your selection, you have three piles in front of you. Please make sure to select one that really speaks for you, and of course you can select on the basis of the feathers, the images, or one of these cones. I'll give you some time when it comes for your selection, and once you're done with your selection, we start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that you need to receive from your future self. Now, first of all, let me just tell you this. Your future self is here to tell you spiritually you are on the right path. The progress that you're making is massive, so please stick to whatever it is that you're doing. But your future self is also here to tell you that you may be getting too emotionally involved with certain people. Like maybe your emotional involvement is such that you get influenced by them sometimes. Maybe consciously or unconsciously, that is also possible. But please make sure any decisions that you make for your life are something that you feel are okay for you. You feel this is what is going to be making me happy. Yeah, because see, our family is important, our friends are important, but in the end, it comes down to you. So don't get emotionally influenced by others when it comes to making your decisions. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that at this point of time, you need to focus on money. You need to focus on security when it comes to life. And for you, the message is also like, can you invest in something? Okay, now this could be, purchasing a property that will probably escalate at a later point of time when it comes to your price. So if you can sort of, invest even little money today, that will help your future self is the message. Or if you can buy a property, if you can afford it right now, it is great for you. Yeah, but take care of your finances is a message your future self comes to you from for you. Now, as I mentioned before, your future self is already here to tell you that the spiritual path that you're on is working beautifully for you. And if you continue on the path that you're taking, very soon you're going to be blessed with psychic abilities beyond your wildest imagination. Probably in the future, you're going to be warned in advance about the events that are happening. So once again, I feel like dream-wise, you'll get all the answers that you seek. Yeah, but remember not to change your spiritual path at any cost. That is what your future self is here to tell you. Now, along with that, you're also being told that please listen to other people. Okay, listen to other people's emotions, especially is what is coming through. See, sometimes what happens is, we are very busy in our day-to-day life, and we feel like we have our problems to deal with, and we are like, we don't want to listen to anybody else. But please don't do that. Make time for your family. Make time to attend family events, because these will become memories for you in the future. Because you don't want to look back and be like, oh, I missed all of these times. So please make space in your life for family and people who feel like family for you. Yeah, take time to listen to them, especially very, very important. And your future self is also here to tell you you have to be intentional in terms of everything. Sometimes you act too unconsciously. Yeah, so in everything you do, you have to ask yourself, what is my intention behind it? And only if your intention is super clear, act on it. Otherwise, it's okay to postpone things or let it go entirely. Don't do anything unconsciously, please, is a message from your future self. Now, once again, your future self is here to tell you focus. Be laser focused in whatever it is that you do. If you have any work in front of you, do it with 100% attendance or don't do it at all. Don't be doing something and thinking about something else. So if you're working on a project, make sure your 100% focus is on that project and that project only. And when you're doing something else, focus on that. 100% attention to wherever you are and whatever you're doing is what is required for you, is what your future self is here to tell you. Now, your future self is also tell you sometimes you get too trapped in your own story of your past. See, your past, definitely some things happened, some things worked out, something did not. But if you keep trapping yourself in that mentality, sometimes victim mentality, then you're constantly going to be in that flow, going round and round, not getting anything out of it and not being able to release it and move into the future. Your future self is telling you, let go of the baggage that you're carrying right now, wherever you are. Because your future self is like, if you carry this with you, I have to deal with this tomorrow. And better today than tomorrow is what your future self is here to tell you. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, if you have a strong feeling about something, believe in it 100% and take a stand for it. Yeah, then don't be afraid at what this person going to say, what is that person going to say. If you feel you're right and if you feel like this has to be done, it has to be done. Don't go about giving justification to 100 people. That is not your job. So be fearless when you feel like you want to stand for something and do it. Okay, once again, your intention, you have to ask yourself, what is my intention behind doing whatever it is that I'm doing. Yeah. Now, one thing again, don't close your heart. Okay, now this is a strong message for you. It's almost like, life has toughened you to a greater extent. Once again, it's about maybe something to do with your past. But remember, no matter what has happened to you, you can choose to have a compassionate approach to people. Don't toughen your heart, don't make your hand like a block. That's a strong message. Open your heart. Let your emotions come forth. Let people experience your love and compassion is a strong message from your future self as well. Yeah, because remember, not only today, even tomorrow you're going to meet people who are going to be important to you. And then don't become a person that nobody can connect with. Yeah, your heart thawing is very important in the present moment. When it comes to your career, you know what is right for you and you always know what is right for you. So then when it comes to any decision relating to career, trust yourself. And if you feel like a particular career path is for you and it is going to be for you in the long term also, you know the answer to your questions that you're asking yourself. Yeah, so please, when it comes to your career, you have to trust your innermost self because that is your guide in your life. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that very soon you're going to be meeting a man. And this man is going to be of immense importance in your life forever and always. And for a couple of you, I get this as a life partner, okay? Especially for women who are still single. And for people who are still single, I feel like this person is going to be somebody of considerable influence. Like maybe they will hold a particular position in society. Money wise, they may be stronger than you and their influence is going to be very strong. But this person will always be there for you strongly. You can hold their hand and know that they will not let go of you. That's a message. And for people like if you're already a man, I feel like this is going to be a friend or this is going to be a mentor who has an influence on your life. But once again, has your best interest at heart. That is a feeling I get. But a meeting with an influential man is on the cards for your future. Now, your future self is also here to tell you on a spiritual level, you have the ability to shape-shift in the future. Now, the ability of shape-shifting is, being able to cross dimension. So, being able to connect with the dimension of higher ascended beings, angels, light beings, and also being able to connect with nature, with plants, with, natural beings. So then, you'll be able to connect with every single level at their dimension. So you will have the ability to shift in the future is what is coming forth for you. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that sometimes you give your power away. Although you're very strong, you know what to do, you know what the right decision for you is when it comes to life, you give away your power. And wherever you are today, take that power back. So if you're dependent on other people beyond a particular capacity, take that power back today. Yeah? Don't be dependent on anybody. You have the full capacity to be the best person in your life. Yeah? And once again, your future self is here to tell you, be open to spiritual guidance. So when it comes to spiritual practices, I feel like you are connected to one teacher. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you have to be initiated in that order. You can be or you cannot be. But if you feel like, you get all the support and assistance from this one person and they have the best interest for you at their heart, then by all means accept that guidance, because then that person may be your key to the realm of spirituality, to the spiritual world. But be open to that spiritual guidance, because I feel like that will help you in your own life. Yeah, that's a message for you. And your future self is also here to tell you, please open your heart. Let love in all capacity. Whether you are supposed to be receiving this love in the form of a friend, whether you're supposed to be receiving in a form of a child, you're supposed to be receiving it from a family member, let it in. Don't let your heart be of stone. Okay, I'm really getting this impression of a stone. Once again, maybe you're holding on to your past too much, or you have built resentments in your heart. But remember, let go of that resentment for your own well-being. And let love in. Because remember, I get a feeling in the future you're going to be meeting people you will fall in love with. Romantically, in the terms of friendship, and in terms of family relationships as well. So then you have to thaw your heart today so that they can love you to the best of their capacity and you can love them back. Very important. Remember, don't let your past dictate your future. Because I feel like to a certain level that is happening, and that is exactly what your future self is warning you against. Yeah, but overall these are the messages from your future self for you. 2 messages, very very important. Please make sure financially you make certain investment today. And second is, let go of your past and open your heart. Yeah, overall these are the messages that you need to receive from your future self wherever you are. And as always, as I wrap this up, I'm going to be leaving you with my best wishes for always and forever. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that you need to receive from your future self. Okay, now first of all, for you pile 2, the first message is, take it easy. Release all the stress that is built up in your body. And once again, your future self is telling you, please, please, please take care of yourself. Once again, especially a message for your nervous system. See, what happens is, when we excessively get emotionally charged up, or we get excessively stressed, our brain, really picks up on that stress, and that is not good for us. So when you feel like you're getting stressed, step outside. In nature, especially if you can. So future self is here to tell you, make sure that you maintain a healthy lifestyle for yourself every day. Go for a walk every day. If you have a garden close to your house, especially a walk in that garden will be great. And use the color green every single day. Whether you can use curtains that are green in color, carry a handkerchief that is green in color, or take up gardening as a hobby. Yeah, you need to inculcate the element of nature in your life. Okay, please make sure you relieve stress when it comes to your life. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that you need to take care of one thing at a time only. See, possibly the reason why you get so worked up in your life is because you take care of multiple things simultaneously. Every single day before you go to sleep at night, make a list of things that are supposed to be done tomorrow and then cut it into half. Honestly, I feel like that is the best way for you. So take it easy is the message, and create an intentional life for yourself, and intentionally a life that is easy. Especially that is something that your future self is here to tell you. And remember, your future self tells you, you are the master of your destiny. You get to choose what you want to invite in your life, and that is always true for you, even in the present moment and in the future as well. So because you are the writer of the destiny of your tomorrow, your future self expects you to alter certain things for yourself. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that there is a presence of a new ascended master in your life who will probably teach you new things. Learn from them. So whether you have an ascended master that you're already working with or not, there is a presence of a new one who's going to be very, very beneficial for all of your tomorrows. That is a message from your future self. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that for you, you live in two worlds simultaneously. Okay, one is maybe something that you really like to do, and one is something that you have to do. So when it comes to your work, it may be that you actually enjoy doing something, but you have to do something else. But please make sure, as much as you can, focus on things that you truly love, and then try to build a life around it. Because doing something that you love is always going to help you, not only financially but also in terms of getting satisfaction from your life. Yeah, don't live in two worlds. It's like you're not happy with either, in which case. Okay, exactly what we were talking about in the first message. You take up too much responsibilities, and your future self is here to tell you don't have to do it. Yeah, once again, take down your responsibilities to half or share your burden. That's what your future self is here to tell you. You don't have to take it on yourself. Now, your future self is here to tell you that you need to accept situations for the way they are and don't try to fight it beyond a particular level. Yeah, see, what happens is when you accept situations as they are already, your path becomes easier and solutions become much more clearer for you. So okay, this is the way it is now. I can do this or I can do that. If you struggle with it, you're constantly struggling with it. Yeah. So acceptance for you is very important of every present moment. Everything that is happening in your life is exactly as it is supposed to be. Because remember, divine is at play here. And you have to trust the divine that if they've put you in a particular situation, they will take you out of it as well, and they will take you out of it to beautiful places, is a message. And I'm getting a specific message about a place. So maybe in the upcoming time, a change in location or a change in scenario is very likely. So you just have to trust the process when it comes to your life. Pile 2. Now, your future self is also here to tell you, try something different every day. So it starts with something simple. Try a new cuisine today. If something catches your fancy hobby-wise, try a different hobby. Experiment with life. I feel like the message here from your future self is live life to the fullest. Don't hold yourself in a bubble. Crack that bubble and come out. Just like, this woman out here. She feels she is in a bubble. But the bubble is so fragile that even a small butterfly or a flower can crack it. So think about your life like that. Try different things. Live life to the fullest. Now, your future self is also telling you that if you have kept something pending, take care of it today and don't leave it to the last moment. So even if you're a student, it means studying every single day and not leaving things to that final moment. If you have to take care of certain documentations, start today. Whatever has to be taken care of has to start from today and not wait for the last moment. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that you have created shields around you. You've built walls around yourself. See, walls are good, especially if they are energetically meant for you. But when it comes to being friends with people, it's okay to be with friends who are different from you. They'll teach you something amazing when it comes to life. See, especially when it comes to your knowledge, what has happened is you're very happy with the limited knowledge that you have. And you're like, maybe I don't want to receive more. So drop those shields. As much knowledge you can get, it is welcome, because that will just increase your level. Take knowledge. You don't have to really work on it every single day, but take it. You may use it at a later point of time. So drop that shields. Don't become a know-it-all. Pile 2. Maybe somebody knows something that will benefit you in your life. Yeah, that's a message from your future self. Now, your destiny is calling you in a specific direction. You know that the place you are in right now is not serving you. But for some reason, you accept the reality of that. Particular stories in your life are over. Move away from it. It's like something new is calling you. A new adventure of life is calling you. And you need to go in that direction. Don't refuse the call. Your destiny awaits you, is what your future self is here to tell you. Okay. Your future self is here to tell you, can you please write that book already? You have an author inside you, and that author really wants to come out, whether it is in the form of a diary that needs to be published, a journal that needs to be published, a paper that needs to be published, or a book that needs to be published. Your work has to be published in some capacity, because your book will become like a guide for somebody else tomorrow. Write it. That is a message for you from your future self. Okay. Your future self is here to tell you, don't worry about money. Money is going to be coming to you from a source that you did not even feel is possible for you. Okay? So money from unexpected sources you did not even think is a possibility for you is opening for you in your life. So money wise, I feel like you don't have anything to worry about. Yeah? However, one thing that you have to be careful about, pile 2, is your expenditure. When you spend money on things you absolutely don't need in your life. Be careful about that expenditure, okay? Now, remember this, the things that you've experienced in your life are going to become stories tomorrow. Stories to tell your kids, stories to tell your grandkids, which is exactly why you're being told, expand your knowledge base. Experiment with different things. It's going to be experiences you're going to be happy that you experienced in your life, because tomorrow you're meant to be a storyteller. I feel like your job as a grandmother or a grandparent is going to be extremely important. Now, I don't know if you're 20 watching this, remember, as a grandmother or a grandparent, you're going to be exceptional. Yeah, and you're going to be having an important role in the life of your grandchildren. Remember that. You're meant to be that storyteller, grandmother, grandparent. Now, remember, pile 2, you have certain negative habits and you have to break those negative habits. And remember this, we all know what our negative habits are. We don't need somebody else to tell us that. Whether it is shopping online excessively, spending excessive time on your mobile phones, or being too possessive about some people in your life. Your habits need to break. Stop trying to control everything and everybody. That is a message from your future self. And most importantly, your future self is here to tell you that you have to learn to be your own best friend. Don't always expect that somebody has to be there for you to support you. You are more than enough to deal with anything in your life, and I get a feeling, pile 2, you've done this before. Yeah? For some reason, you've taken away your own power. For some reason, you feel like you're not able to rise up to life challenges, and that is the greatest lie that you tell yourself. You can almost become the president of a country or prime minister of a country if you choose to be. So when it comes to everything, rely on yourself. Be your own best friend. Be a partner to yourself. Be a mother to yourself, and be a child to yourself. So when you have a desire, take care of that desire. When you want to parent yourself, give yourself that hug. Rely on yourself. Most important. That is the message for you. And honestly, pile 2, your future self, the most important thing is relax. Everything is fine, and it is always going to be fine. You're taking stress about it changes nothing. The only thing that gets affected is your own mind and your nervous system, which is something we don't want. Yeah? So just focus on being happy and accept your life the way it is 100%. Yeah? I will leave you here overall with nothing but my best wishes for your future, and I shall see you next time, pile 2. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive from your future self. Let's start pile 3. Now, first of all, pile 3, spiritually, you guys are very, very protected and you're very loved in the spiritual kingdom. Especially for you, pile 3, your past loved ones cherish you, love you, and they walk with you. So don't for a moment feel like, your past loved ones are not around you. They are more than you know, and you're protected spiritually. And the message for you is, when you want to connect with your past loved ones, when you want to connect with your spirit guides, when you want to connect with the angels, spend time out in nature. Look at nature signs, because it is the nature signs that, give you the messages that you need from every realm and every dimension. Yeah, that's the message for you, pile 3, from your future self. Now, the message for you from your future self, pile 3, is that you need to honor your connections. You need people in your life. So even if you're an introvert, find at least one group of people that you can connect with forever and always. And remember, the people who are like your best people, the people who are your favorites, the first person that you can think of when you receive this message, that person walks with you forever and is constantly meant to be with you. Your connection with certain friends is almost like a soulmate connections, like you walk together from miles and miles. And it's almost like, something has happened that has made your future self realize this. Because I feel like the people that you're friends with today, like really best friends with, they are a part of your life till the time you grow older. So honor and cherish these connections. Yeah, commitments are very important. Now, your future self is telling you, take care of your ego. If you've achieved something today, don't be, flashing it out to the world. Because sometimes what happens is when you flash your wealth to the world, when you flash your achievements to the world, it results in you losing it. And maybe that is coming to you as a warning from your future self. Don't reveal your secrets to people you don't know as of now. Yeah, and be careful about your ego. Yeah, you may be better than others, but that is a secret. Okay, that's something your future self is here to tell you. Your future self is telling you that you are moving. And I'm getting this far away movement for you. Very away from the place you're living currently. It can actually be a different city, can also be a different state or a country. But travel for you is on the cards. And let me tell you this, for a couple of you, you're going to be moving to a different country altogether. This may be for a limited amount of time, but you'll spend time abroad. Yeah, because that movement for you is strong and that is meant to teach you a great deal. It'll be an experience of a lifetime for you, pile 3. Remember this. So don't say no to travel at this point of time. Now, your future self is also here to tell you that always and forever, your personal space is going to be important. So please, if you can invest in a property or just create a space for you wherever you are, where it is just your space and nobody interferes with it, it'll be great. For some people, it could just be, buying a studio apartment or buying a studio or renting a space where you can work, study, do whatever it is that you want, meditate. That will help you. Yeah? Because for you, what happens is, you need your alone time and you will always need it even if it is in your future. So please make sure you prepare for that. Yeah? Investing in a space or creating a space for yourself. Now, your future self is here to tell you that the first person you need to fall in love with is you yourself. See, I get a feeling like wherever you are today, you're not doing that. You're not forgiving yourself. You're not releasing the burden of expectations others have placed in you. And the words that other people have said to you still hold a place in your mind. And that has to go. Okay? See, part 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be leaving a link to a book by Louise Hay in the description box. Yeah? So if you're struggling with, loving yourself or accepting yourself, that book is a miraculous book. Because when I was struggling with self-love a couple of years back, that book really helped me. And I hope it helps you too. So love yourself today. And take care of your issues, whatever they may be today, so that in the future you'll be free. I feel like you're carrying it in the future, hence the future self is coming back to warn you about it. Your future self is here to tell you, if you want to spend some amount of money to make yourself happy, to buy yourself something that you absolutely love, it is okay to do that. It's okay to visit a spa or a salon to get that massage, haircut or hair color, whatever it is that you want. Because it is your job to make yourself happy. Your job is not to serve the world and serve the world only, or to be the model daughter, be the model sister, be the model wife, husband, whatever. But your priority is you yourself. So do something for yourself every single day to bring yourself that happiness. I will tell you this, the message from your future self is half an hour every single day. Has to be dedicated to me time, where you take care of yourself and allow nobody else to interfere, which is exactly why the message is, can you just create a space or rent a space for yourself. Getting your own apartment may be something that you need to do in the future. Always remember, be honest with yourself. Okay, now your future self is almost here to tell you, the thing is, sometimes you fool yourself. You make yourself believe that something is true when it is not. So at all point of time, your future self is here to tell you, be honest with yourself. That honesty with self and others as well is important. Yeah, that's your message for you. Your future self is telling you, please don't lose your connection with your emotions. Yeah, sometimes you become too practical. You take practical decisions at the expense of yourself. When you know that you're not okay with it, but you know you have to be practical. So if you are like saving money for something, or even if you're repaying debt, take care of yourself. Buy yourself a cup of coffee, buy yourself that little thing that you know makes you happy. Your emotions are your responsibility. Yeah? And find that one friend that you have and express yourself to that person. Yeah? Because I feel like that person really cares about you. Okay, which is the first person that you're thinking about? That is your person, that is your soulmate. That's an impression I get for you. Now, for you, pile 3, spiritually very soon, in the upcoming time, you're going to be getting in a spiritual practice, and I see this in the nature of a chant. And what that chanting or that mantra will do is that will help you release all the negativity that is surrounding you. See, mantra, any mantra that is, especially a mantra that comes from your teacher, what it does is it removes negativity from your heart. And I'm not talking about negativity as if, oh, something is affecting you and you're negative. It talks about qualities that are negative and that are present in each one of us. See, when we are born as children, we are pure beings. And when we go through life, we accumulate things that are taught to us by society. And now you have to release exactly the things that you've learned and become like this divine spirit once again. Yeah, to focus on that mantra which is given to you by your guru. I feel like that is possible for a number of you, and if not, pick up a mantra that you feel is most aligned to you, and that will help you in your spiritual journey. But mantra chanting is an essential practice when it comes to your spirituality. Now, for you, pile 3, your connection with kids is always important, and it is going to continue to be important in your future as well. Now, your future self is here to tell you that in some capacity, if you can associate yourself with kids, even if this is voluntary work, even if it is just for 1 week in, an entire year, that is going to be great. 1 hour in an entire week, that is great too. But the thing is, you make young people feel better. You have that childlike essence in you that kids connect with, and they love you. Okay, they always love you, they will always love you, and that is the story of your life. Maybe because, you're working on yourself and there's this childlike essence in you that builds up, that they associate with in some way. So work with children, they'll benefit a great deal. Once again, this can be in the form of teaching kids at orphanages, or being a teacher, being a therapist like psychotherapist or school therapist. But these things, or being a kids doctor, yeah, that can really be a part of your life purpose is what's coming through. In capacity to the day you live, even as your family, your kids, your grandkids, your kids in some capacity, that is who you are. Okay, you have a responsibility towards the children of the future. Now, you are going to be having a family, and you're going to be a family who loves you. You're going to be having kids, you're going to be having grandkids. Don't worry about that part. That's what I really get here. Yeah? So the dreams that you have about having this kind of family, it's going to come true. And maybe it has already come true in the future. Yeah? And I feel like it's going to be a big family, okay? It's not going to be a small family. Take this from me. Now, in your life, witness miracles every single day. It's almost like, the vision I get is your future self is telling you your mind will be blown away at how things happened for us and placed us in a situation that was right for us. We struggled with it sometimes, but it turned out to be the biggest blessing for us. So your future self is telling you, look out for those miracles. Miracles are happening every day in your life. The hand of the divine in your life, in our life, is strong. That's your message from your future self. Now, one message is assess your relationships. And when you give 100%. And sometimes when it comes to receiving from them, if you don't receive it back, it's okay. You will get everything you give from the divine, and sometimes from people that you never expected it from. But remember, assess your relationship and assess your role in your relationships and do the best you can. Now, your future self is telling you one of the roles that we are interested in this lifetime is to give help, strength and support to others, especially to young kids. Yeah? And remember, when it comes to kids or when it comes to anybody, especially in your life, okay? Remember, act out of love. Love, pure love, unconditional love, divine love. Because when you give without any expectation, you will receive what is meant for you from the divine. See, especially if you are involved in careers that are, about taking care of people, medical, otherwise, service industry, whatever it is. Don't do something with the intention of earning money. Do it with the intention that when I'm doing something for this person, I am serving this as a servant of God. And what will happen is, when you do unconditional service, every reward that comes to you will come from the divine. Yeah? What will happen for you is, you don't even have to lift a finger and help will come your way from the divine. Trust me, this happens. And that is a message from your future self. So when you do any act, whether it is in a relationship, whether it is in a friendship or your connection with family and especially kids, act as if you are like a person that has been appointed by the divine. Do your job, move away from it. The rest, what is your due, will be given to you in time. That is your job. But the most important lesson that I'm supposed to be giving you from your future self here is to create a space for yourself. Own a bit of place for yourself, whether it is in the form of a studio, rented or otherwise, or in your own house if that is possible for you. Because that self-time, me time is important. And second is, work on your ego. Surrender your ego, because your ego may be a little bit of problem for you in the future. But remember, since you're receiving this message in the present moment, you still have time to work on it. And your future self is telling you, our past loved ones are still connected with us. Yeah? So, just remember this forever and always. As I wrap this up, I'm going to be leaving you, pile 3, with nothing but my best wishes. I'll see you next time. Bye.